Good evening, this is Kuro. Got a tier 10 game in my Friesland. Going over the matchmaking. Threat to my ship is mainly the Moskva, lesser extent the Cleveland. Um, DD wise, Grozavoy Kitakaze, an enemy Friesland, and a Z-23. The Z-23 is almost non-existent threat. The other three definitely can have my attention. So, we're on Islands of Ice, and already looking at my spawn, I'm trying to decide how I want to play this game. And the first thing that I don't really like is my Yu Yang. I really need this guy to spot for me if I'm going to help take C-Cap. Uh, Everything here except for the Friesland outspots me, and it's just going to be really rough if I've got to go in there and try to take this cap. The one thing I'm not going to do is go hug this island because my team needs vision. They need to know what's going on. The second issue is I don't have a lot of support here, and the support that I do have, they're being really slow getting off the line. It does look like the team in the center is starting to sail this way, but they're far away, and there's not much that they're going to be able to do in the grand scheme of things until they pretty much get up past into the 7 line basically. So I am going to step on the cap just because the cap is larger than my concealment, and I'm just going to skirt the edge of it, see what's going on, try to get some spotting in, that kind of thing. I'm not sure what my Yu Yang's doing, but at this point I'm just trying to see what's up here, and I'm not wild about that. Gonna start calling target on this Moskva. I really want, if we can remove this guy, it'd be really solid to get him out of the way. Now, I go on ahead and I just step off the cap. It's only a matter of time before I get radared, and I don't really feel like letting all of these ships have a free shot at me, so I'm just gonna step off the cap, um, and basically take the long play. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to come over here. I'm expecting to get radared anytime here shortly. And I'm trying to start picking out targets, what I want to try to shoot, uh, what I, what can I start applying pressure to. Just trying to be patient here. He shoots, I decide to open up. The Moskva's in behind an island right now. He can't really shoot me, so it's two Massachusetts. They don't have the best accuracy. So, just trying to throw guys off, get them, aiming at me, pull their guns off my cruisers and stuff. I know I do have a Buffalo that's in open water right now. Um, so I'm going to actually end up doing a bunch of just circles in here and just try to keep harassing everything pushing down into this area right in here. Massachusetts actually turns outside my gun range, so that's why um, my shots get thrown off and why I instantly get detected. That's actually a critical piece of information. That tells me that there's not really any destroyers over here. And if you look on the minimap, we have 1, 2, 3 DDs of the enemy all on A. So that's opening up some options here where I'm going to start pushing in and start being a little more aggressive. And the position that I'm eventually going to try to work myself into is this position here behind this island. And what I'm looking to do is just what I'm doing right there. Go to work on one of these battleships right now. All the cruisers and stuff really are either behind an island or out of my range. So there's the last DD, Kitakaze. Horrible position for the Kitakaze. So I'm happy that he's there on the 10 line. Um, he's basically got himself all bottled up, and that tells me that B cap is going to be pretty secure. So I see that the enemy team's starting to push into C cap, and you're going to see me. I'm going to start pushing up here, and I'm going to try to go to work on this. I believe I start shooting the rune first. Yeah, he's on the cap first. And I want to get up away from this island where I can actually kite between these islands if I need to. And I'm just going to start opening up on these guys. Now again, because of the rate of fire, I'm spending a lot of time looking at more what's going on around me than actually shooting. It's just one of those things that I do with high DPM ships, try to improve my situational awareness, and that's probably going to be, you're probably going to want to do something like that to help you out. You'll notice as soon as the rune gave me broadside, I start switching to AP. The AP on this ship is delicious. You'll see it later on in the game play a role in, you know, where I'm intending to position myself here for a reason. And, you know, right here, all I'm looking to do is just pressure things with HE, spam it and all that. It's really once I take this position here on this island that I'm looking to really just make a hard line of, if you try to cross this line, I'm going to try to punish you. So again, no real DD threats out here, that's why I'm not popping Hydro. I mean, theoretically I could pop Hydro, but I just don't see the need to. It's unlikely that the Kitakaze is going to launch torps through his team at me. And besides, I'm going to step off the smoke anyway, so I can spot for my team. And again, just going to start farming resets, farming fires, and just harassing everything that's behind those islands. The rune does get a pretty good hit on me, so just gonna duck in back here behind the island. Now at this point, I'm feeling pretty damn safe. The Friesland really is not going to be able to shoot at me. We've pretty much dominated A cap. We're going to mop up this side of the map, and now the enemy team is bottled up on C cap. And take a look at this position. My plan comes to fruition. If they want to go anywhere near B, they've got to deal with all of this down here. All of these guys coming around this island, they're going to be looking south to shoot at all these guys. And that's going to give me a chance to just light these guys up. And because they're mostly broadside to me, I can use a lot of AP to do it. Now, I probably should be spending more time actually aiming rather than just looking at this point for situational awareness. What I'm doing here, I'm trying to make sure that not more than one ship can shoot at me at once. Now, you see this Massachusetts is coming around. I'm going to scoot back up a little bit so I can keep working on this guy. And then I just duck back in, try to readjust my aim periodically, and just keep the guns going. And just try to restrict what can shoot at me when I'm looking around. Noticing I'm not doing much damage here. think he's starting to angle too much, so I switched to HE. Now this was a mistake. I actually thought somebody was going to shoot at me momentarily, so I had this reaction jumping back there. This honestly is a mistake. It's reaction just trying to disengage after, you know, basically getting safe. And it cost me damage here. The rune's back up. Again, the rune's not really looking at me right now, so I can just chill out here right now. You're going to see he's going to start turning to look at me. Right here, that turn, he's looking at me. That's my cue. I'm accelerating. Probably should have stuck with HE here. I'm been playing around with the ammo type just to see what I can get away with, what I can on the guns right now. So you're gonna see me be pretty aggressive about what I'm trying to shoot with AP and what not. Now here, going after this Massachusetts, he's angling away, so just gonna start chucking HE at him. It looks to me like he's gonna run aground. And I'm watching this Moskva here. He's creeping up. I want to see what this guy's going to do. If he's going to try to come around the corner and blap me. Massachusetts does run aground. Now, here I get just terrible RNG. You're going to start to see me just really start slamming some HE home. And unfortunately, this is one of those things that you do need good fire RNG, and I'm just not going to get it here. I mean, these are 11% fire chance shells. I'm shooting at a 1 tier lower ship. You know, just not getting the fires. I see Moskva has finally decided to start pushing me, so I'm going to switch to AP. Now, my plan of action is to really try to deny him a clean shot at me. So I'm intending to use this island to basically block most of my ship. See how I've got to lead him because he's sailing in this direction. I'm sailing in this direction, so he's got to try to lead my ship by aiming in front of my ship. If he can't, because the wall of the island's here, it limits either sections of my ship that he can shoot at, or more ideally, he can't shoot at me at all because he can't lead my ship. So that's my intent for this engagement. Now, you see, he just barely gets the stern of my ship, and I'm just being patient. His guns are on reload right now. Okay, I can give him a little more side to my ship. He's not even looking at me anymore. He's just turning out. Switching back to HE. Now, I see his gun turning back. He's going to turn back into me. There's a fire. Unfortunately, he dies. And that's basically going to mop this game up for my team. And kind of the interesting thing about that position, I still did almost 80k spotting damage. It ended up being a pretty solid position where everything pushing down here, you look everything down here pointing south, that's all enemy ships that just got put into a meat grinder. And I mean, 90k with a little bit better fire RNG, this game easily could have been a lot more damage than it was. My shooting wasn't the best. I was trying to see what I can pen with AP, what angles, all that kind of stuff. And, you know, once you start to get this sort of knowledge with the ship, you can really start to really ratchet up your effectiveness, one of the keys to this ship is going to be using the right shells at the right moment in time. Because there is going to be situations where your AP is clearly going to be better than HE, and also vice versa. 204 non-pens, that's telling me that I'm basically not being accurate enough, or I'm not paying attention to angles, and that's one of those checks that you can do when you get to the end plates. Look to see what actually penned, what didn't, and go from there. um, again, I'm looking here. It's actually this Massachusetts. 82 HE hits, no fires. It's things like that that make you want to pull your hair out. Um, but it comes with the territory with gunboat DDs. You're just like a torpedo boat. You're going to have games where the enemy team just runs away from you and you struggle to do damage. Uh, with gunboat DDs, you're going to have games where you just have horrible fire RNG, and it's just one of those things. Is you're just going to have to try to deal with it. Um, so anyway, uh, included this page so you can kind of see the economy of the ship. So far, I've got, I think, 4 or 5 games in with Friesland. It's feeling just like the other Tier 9 DDs. It's going to print credits pretty reliably. It's the XP seems pretty solid on it. Excuse me. It doesn't currently have any special camo or anything like that, like Black does, where you get the 150% XP bonuses. Wargaming, if you're watching my video, please, for the love of God, add these camos to these Tier 9 ships, because it really makes these ships very rewarding to play and will increase their frequency of being played and seen by other players. For those of you not aware what I'm talking about, they are the special camos that are available for um, either ranked or clan battle tokens. Currently, you need 3 tokens apiece, so either 3 rank 1s or completing the mission for clan battles to get the tokens 3 times in clan battles, and then you can purchase the camo for the ship in question. Really would like to see these added to these steel, coal, and free XP ships. Anyway, gonna cut this game off. I hope you enjoyed this game. If you have any questions or comments, leave them below. Hope you're having a good night, and I will talk to you later.